The year is 2023. A new discovery in Egypt is creating a media frenzy. An ambitious young archaeologist named Layla Khaled stands before a team of researchers and government officials at a press conference. She's just unearthed the find of a lifetime. Deep beneath the sands near Luxor, she's discovered a previously unknown tomb filled with untold treasures. It's not your typical Egyptian burial chamber. It's far deeper underground than anyone expected and contains symbols unlike anything seen during previous excavations. Layla tells the crowd it may take years to fully explore and uncover all of its secrets. She's eager to pore over every detail herself, but a group of armed soldiers quickly escorts her from the dig site. Back at her apartment, Layla pulls out her journal to sketch the strange tomb layout and symbols. Her phone vibrates with a message from her friend and colleague, Sameh. He's found an ancient papyrus in their lab that appears to mention the very same hidden tomb. It speaks of a secret burial place beneath the sands, accessible only after solving cryptic riddles. And one phrase keeps catching Layla's eye: "He who awakens the forgotten shall pay with time." What could it mean? Layla returns to the dig site the next day, determined to finish excavating the tomb. Her colleagues have set up camp outside while they debate whether to open it. The government wants to seal it off immediately. They fear disturbing whatever ancient evil may lie inside. But Layla can't ignore her instincts. She believes there are clues within the tomb itself about why it was hidden and who it belonged to. So against everyone's wishes, she sneaks back in after dark and starts digging. The entrance is filled with statues of baboons and hieroglyphic inscriptions, but as Layla brushes them off, she realizes with growing horror that they aren't carvings of any known pharaoh or dynasty. The tomb predates any record of Egyptian history. Feeling uneasy, she presses on. The tunnel opens into a vast chamber. In the center sits a massive black sarcophagus with more hieroglyphs covering its surface. This time, they form a clear warning to anyone who would dare disturb the slumber within. Layla reads aloud, "Beware, mortal. Herein lies a pharaoh who defies death. Do not awaken what you cannot contain, for the sands of time hold secrets best left undisturbed." Layla feels a chill down her spine, but she's too intrigued to listen. She's convinced this tomb and its occupant hold vital pieces of Egyptian history that need to be uncovered. Suddenly, the ground rumbles and the walls shake. Dust falls from above as the entire tomb seems to stir. Alarmed, Layla runs to the exit, but as she rounds a corner, the tunnel behind her collapses, sealing her inside with the awakened evil. Layla stumbles back into the main chamber. She watches in horror as the sarcophagus lid slowly rises, revealing an emaciated figure wrapped in decaying bandages. Then, with a raspy voice, he begins to speak. His words echo strangely through the tomb. "So the prophecy foretold, you would come to awaken me. Very well, little mortal, let us see what fate has in store." Layla backs away, hoping to find another way out. But the room is a dead end. She turns back to face the rising pharaoh, now taking on a more human form. His eyes glow with otherworldly power, and a sinister smile spreads across his face. "You have done well to bring me forth. I have waited millennia for this moment. Soon, all of Egypt will tremble before me again, and I shall rule once more." Layla realizes the pharaoh's power is growing with every second. She needs help fast. Searching frantically, she spots a small hole in the wall, barely big enough for a person to fit through. There's a narrow passage behind the sarcophagus leading out of the tomb. With the pharaoh gaining strength, Layla races through the tunnels, desperate to find help. She eventually emerges, dusty and breathless, at the entrance to the complex. Meanwhile, back at the dig site, Layla's colleagues grow increasingly worried. Hours have passed since she slipped inside, and they haven't heard from her. Suddenly, the ground shakes violently, causing everyone to duck for cover. When they look up, they see a massive crack snaking up the side of the tomb. It looks like something is trying to break free. Before anyone can react, the pharaoh bursts forth, his glowing eyes scanning the crowd with terrifying intensity. He lets out a booming laugh. "Fools, do you think yourselves safe? I am Pharaoh Neferkar, lord of the underworld, and I have returned to claim my birthright. The sands of time bend to my will, and soon all of Egypt will bow before me." With that, he disappears into the desert, leaving behind an ominous silence. Realizing the danger their friend has unleashed, Layla's colleagues split up to search for her. One calls ahead to warn the authorities. The rest race to an old bookstore specializing in antiquities. This secretive shop owner, Omar, is rumored to know more about ancient Egypt than anyone else alive. He might be Layla's best chance to stop the pharaoh, but he's not happy about being dragged into the chaos. After hearing about the tomb and the awakened pharaoh, he reluctantly agrees to help. Sifting through ancient texts, they discover a long-lost scroll detailing how Neferkar made a pact with an ancient god of time to achieve immortality. The story goes that Neferkar's enemies used dark magic to sever his connection to the underworld and erase his memory from history. Only his loyal followers knew the truth and kept watch over his tomb for centuries until someone accidentally awakened him. The scroll also reveals that Neferkar is draining the life force of everyone around him to regain his former power. The closer he gets to full strength, the more cities around Egypt begin experiencing strange time anomalies. Clocks stop working, people age rapidly, and children are born with wrinkles and grey hair. Some even seem to reverse in age, turning into infants overnight. Everyone is confused and frightened by these strange occurrences. No one understands the true cause, but Layla is determined to find answers. She reunites with her colleagues at an excavation site where one of Layla's professors has discovered strange carvings matching those found in the secret tomb. Together, they realize that each location where time has stopped or reversed is connected to one of the ancient gods. Their powers are being restored by the pharaoh's resurrection. If she can't stop him, the gods will return in full force, causing total chaos across Egypt. Desperate for a solution, Layla reaches out to the only expert she knows who might be able to help, Mahmoud, an eccentric recluse rumored to be a historian of time, fluent in ancient languages and rituals. Despite his reluctance, Mahmoud eventually agrees to assist. Sifting through his collection of artifacts, they discover an amulet that can detect shifts in the timeline. Layla realizes she and her friends each have a unique connection to the ancient world. Layla's great-great-grandmother was an archaeologist who disappeared while excavating an unknown tomb. Mahmud's ancestor was a priest who served in the temple of the god Thoth, and Same's lineage can be traced back to a powerful queen who ruled alongside a pharaoh. These bloodlines are the key to undoing Neferkar's influence and restoring balance to the timeline. Using the amulet, they locate the first god, Bastet, trapped in a statue in an abandoned temple. With Mahmud's guidance, Layla performs a ritual to free her, but the god is weak and can only offer cryptic advice. She warns that Neferkar is using stolen power, and the only way to defeat him is by restoring that which was taken. To find the other gods and unravel Neferkar's plans, Layla and her friends must journey across Egypt, exploring ancient temples and deciphering hidden messages. Along the way, they learn more about their own unique abilities and connections to the ancient past. Each god offers a piece of the puzzle, hinting that Neferkar's ultimate goal is to seize control of the underworld and become immortal. But it's a secret society sworn to protect the timeline from such threats who finally reveals the terrible truth. Neferkar isn't just any pharaoh. He was once a beloved leader who sacrificed himself to save Egypt from destruction, but his selfless act severed his connection to the underworld. Enraged, Neferkar made a pact with an evil god of time, seeking revenge against those who betrayed him. And so, the cycle of death and rebirth began anew with Neferkar's resurrection. Now, with the help of a powerful artifact called the Chronoscepter, Layla and her friends have the ability to shift the timeline, undoing the damage caused by Neferkar's resurrection. However, doing so will require the ultimate sacrifice from Layla herself. Realizing what must be done, Layla takes the chronosteel and returns to the ruined temple where she first encountered the pharaoh. As Neferkar approaches, she uses the scepter to send him back to his tomb, resetting the timeline. With the pharaoh sealed away once more, Layla collapses, exhausted, knowing that by restoring the timeline, she has erased her own existence from it. Her friends watch sadly as she fades away, thanking her for her bravery. Back at the dig site, the authorities question the team about the missing Layla. Though they can't reveal the truth, they honor her memory by continuing her work, uncovering the secrets of ancient Egypt with each passing day. And though Layla is gone, her spirit lives on through the restoration of history itself.